Hi student, in today's session we will describe about structure of the complexes having coordination number 6. The coordination complexes having coordination number 6 form octahedral complexes and showing two types of hybridization, one of which is sp3d2 and the other one is d2sp3. The complexes which are showing sp3d2 hybrid orbital are known as outer orbital octahedral complex. They are high spin complexes since the number of unpaired electrons are more, and highly paramagnetic since there are more numbers of unpaired electrons. So outer orbital octahedral complexes are highly paramagnetic. They are spin-free complexes because the electrons are free to spin since they are unpaired. And such type of complexes are formed when the nature of ligand is weak, which means we can say that under the influence of weak field ligand, the complexes showing coordination number 6 possesses sp3d2 hybrid orbital, and such type of complexes are known as outer orbital octahedral complex. Now the second part, d2sp3 hybrid orbital. The octahedral complexes which are showing d2sp3 hybrid orbital are known as inner orbital octahedral complex. These are the examples of low spin complexes since the number of unpaired electrons are minimum or there will be no unpaired electron. They are less paramagnetic since the number of unpaired electrons are minimum, therefore they are less paramagnetic, and when only paired electrons are present, then they are showing diamagnetic behavior. And these are known as spin paired complexes because the unpaired electrons are getting paired up or more number of paired electrons are present. Therefore, these complexes are known as spin paired complexes. And such type of complexes are formed when the nature of ligand in the coordination complexes having coordination number 6 is strong, which means under the influence of strong field ligand, the octahedral complexes form d2sp3 hybrid orbital and consider as inner orbital octahedral complex. When d comes last, it will be outer orbital. When d comes first, it will be inner orbital. And the magnetic moment for both type of complexes due to the spin of the electron, that is represented by mu s. Mu represent magnetic moment and s represent spin of the electron, which means magnetic moment due to the spin of the electron can be find out by using this formula under root n plus 2 bm, where n represent the number of unpaired electrons. N represent the number of unpaired electrons. Now to understand the above concept, let us start with some examples. Here you can see that there is an example of FeH2O whole 6 2 plus. The coordination number is 6 and water is the ligand. The nature of this ligand is weak. Nature of this ligand is weak. And first of all, we have to find out the oxidation state of iron. Let us consider oxidation state of iron is X. Since water is neutral ligand, does not carry any charge on it, so X plus 0, and the total charge is plus 2, which means the oxidation state of iron is plus 2. As we know that the electronic configuration for iron atom is argon 3d6 and 4s2, but oxidation state of iron is +2, which means 2 electrons will be removing out from the 4s orbital and its electronic configuration will be argon 3d6, which means the 3d orbital consists of 6 electrons. Now let us move on to the next part. At first we have to write the configuration of Fe2 plus ion in the free state, and here we can see that there are 4 different types of orbital: 3d, 4s, 4p and 4d. In 3d orbital there are 6 electrons, so put all these 6 electrons one by one in 3d orbital. This is the 6 electron and the number of unpaired electrons are 4. Now what happens when iron interacts with the water ligand? Since water is weak ligand, it cannot pair up the unpaired electron in the 3d orbital. And the number of water molecules are 6, which means the 6 vacant atomic orbitals are required to donate its pair of electron. So what we will do, we have to write the electronic configuration of 3d in the same way as we have written in the free state. And now 4s, 4p and 4d, these are the vacant orbital where water molecule can donate its pairs of electron by its donor site. And in water, donor site is oxygen. So here we can see that water is donating its pairs of electron to the empty orbital, and when it forms the complex, iron still consists of 4 unpaired electrons, and the hybrid orbital is based upon the number of vacant orbitals are occupying by the donor site of the ligand. So its hybridization will be sp3d2, and it will be outer orbital octahedral complex or high spin complex, since there are 4 unpaired electrons, and its magnetic moment mu s equal to root under n plus 2 bm. On putting the value of n, that is 4, we will get the magnetic moment root 24 bm, and the hybrid orbital become sp3d2. Therefore FeH2O whole 6 2 plus is considered as outer orbital octahedral complex. It is clearly kept in your mind that whenever the weak ligand attached with the central metal ion having coordination number 6, all of you need to remember this arrangement: 3d, 4s, 4p and 4d. Since the weak ligand is unable to pair up the unpaired electron present in the 3d orbital, ligand's donor site will not be able to occupy any of the 3d orbitals, so it will occupy into the 4s, 4p and 4d orbital and forms sp3d2 hybridization. Let us consider another example. In this example, you can see that ligand is cyanide minus Cn minus. It is an example of strong ligand. So, as well as it is negative ligand. It carries 1 unit negative charge on it. So oxidation state of iron X, 1 Cn carry 1 unit negative charge, minus 1 into 6 equal to minus 4, X equal to plus 2, which means the oxidation state of iron is plus 2. As we have already find out the electronic arrangement for Fe2 plus ion in the free state, and that is argon 3d6. So put all the 6 electrons in 3d orbital. This is the free state of Fe2 plus ion 3d 4s 4p. Now when it interacts with the ligand and form the complex, the nature of ligand is cyanide. It is strong ligand, so it has tendency to pair up the above unpaired electrons. So when the unpaired electrons being paired up, 2 3d orbitals remain vacant, where cyanide ion can donate the pairs of electron from its donor site and such type of arrangement arises, and the hybridization based upon the number of vacant orbitals are occupying by the cyanide ligand, and the hybrid orbital will be d2sp3, and this complex therefore considered as inner orbital octahedral complex or low spin complex. Here you can see that there are no unpaired electrons. So low spin complex, and shows the diamagnetic behavior. Since there is no unpaired electron, it will be diamagnetic, and magnetic moment, since the value of n is 0, when we put n equal to 0 in the given formula, the magnetic moment will be also 0. So I hope that all of you understood the concept. To find out the hybridization and the geometry on the basis of valence bond theory for the coordination complexes. So all you have to remember this particular tricks, that whenever weak ligand is given for the complex having coordination number 6, you have to write down this arrangement, that is 3d, 4s, 4p and 4d, and whenever the strong ligands are given, you have to write down this arrangement 3d, 4s and 4p, because the strong ligand paired up the unpaired electron present in the 3d orbital and makes vacancy for the donor sites of the ligand so that they can donate the pairs of electron. But one thing that is very interesting to note, that in both the cases, that is outer or inner orbital octahedral complex, the structural arrangement will remain same. I am showing you the structural arrangement for the first complex, FeH2O. This is H2O. Always write the donor site first. In water, donor site is oxygen. So I am showing oxygen, and this is the oxidation state. This is the first one, and second one is also like this. Donor site must be written first, and it must be directed towards the central metal ion of the given complex. I hope that all of you have understood. To find out the structure of the complexes having coordination number 6 under two different conditions, under the influence of strong field ligand and under the influence of weak field ligand. And one last but not the least, nature of ligand. As we have already mentioned that ligands are of two types. The first one is strong ligand and second one is weak ligand. If the donor site, how one can find out that which one is strong ligand and which one is weak ligand? If the donor site is nitrogen, phosphorus, carbon, then such type of ligand are considered as strong ligand. There may be some exception also that we will discuss later on when we will discussing only about the ligand, but here you can easily identify if the donor site is either nitrogen, phosphorus or carbon, then it will be the strong ligand. And if the donor site is halogen, oxygen, sulfur, then these are considered as weak ligand. So this is the tricks that I want to share all of you with you, so that you can easily find out that which ligand is strong and which one is weak. In our next session, we will describe about the isomerism of the coordination complexes. That is also very interesting topic. And if you like this lecture, then comment me, and whatever be the problems you have in coordination chemistry, you can make comments so that I can provide some more classes on that. Till then, goodbye.